guys, it is Tanya and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another speed build. Today we are building something kind of exciting, which is a drive-in theater. I've had this on my to-do list for a while. It was a suggestion from one of you guys and I thought it would be really fun to do this time of year and decorate it for Halloween and the spooky season and have it as a place for your Sims to come watch some horror movies. So that's what we're doing here today. And of course you could get rid of the decorations and use this any time of the year for just going to see the movies with your family and friends, and that'd be perfectly functional. And if you guys would like to download this build, I almost said house, this lot, it's available on the Sims 4 gallery if you search Gryphi or the hashtag MsGryphi. That info is also down below, as well as a direct download link to the Sims 4 gallery website as well. But I wanted it to kind of be uphill a little bit to make it a little bit less boring. I felt like it being on flat land, it just didn't get the look I was going for. So it is elevated and I create a parking lot up there, and there's more than just the parking lot and the movie screen. I also have additional seating if you'd prefer to sit outside. I imagine people brought their own things to have when they're at the theater. There's also some food trucks, like it's got everything, and bathrooms. I made sure to include those as well. But there's a lot of landscaping in this build, like a lot of landscaping. So if you don't like that, I apologize, because there's a I had fun with this. I feel like every build I've been doing lately is super overgrown and it's just kind of what I'm stuck in right now. So I feel like maybe I should build something modern soon that has very structured, limited landscaping. That's an idea. But anyway, I filled those half walls with some bushes over there, and I was thinking of using this outdoor movie screen, which is the one I ended up using in the end. And I fiddled around here forever to make this a very tall room, but fit up the sized up version. So it ends up being 2 floors, and I have to delete the middle section, and I fiddle with it for absolutely ages, as you can see, but I left it all in so you guys could see the struggle. But I wanted it to be under a roof. I actually don't know. Do these ones break if they're rained on, since they're meant to be outdoors or not? I feel like they probably do, because this came with movie night, movie day, movie something stuff, movie hangout. There we go. Came with movie hangout stuff, which came out way before we got seasons. So I assume they probably break in the rain and snow. So I put it under a roof. But if not, it's still nice to not get rain on the screen. So we started decorating with some pumpkins, and now I'm picking out a couple of food trucks. I believe we get an American food truck and Japanese as well. We're going to come back to this area in a little while and fully decorate it, but I wanted to grab some cars first and figure out how I was going to have the parking working. So I'm grabbing these cars from the Show Live Edit Objects cheat. I sometimes get questions on where they came from. If you enter the cheats bb.show hidden objects followed by bb.show live edit objects, and then you search debug in the search bar, tons of items are going to appear, and a bunch of these are from base game. The blue car and anything else with that same shape, the red one and the blue one, those are both from, I want to say they're from Get Together, but the other ones are all base game. So if you have base game and you enter those cheats, you'll get a lot of cars. So they're not functional, they're just decorational world objects. But they worked out perfectly for what I was going for in this build. So we're just placing some cars around, and I will fill up the parking lot a little bit later, but I wanted some to get started. And I don't know what order I do things in. I also really liked the idea of adding these toddler hanging lights throughout the build. I thought they looked really nice. We start with some right here, and there's more throughout, which we'll add way later. And of course, tons of pumpkins. I also thought about using those tables, but I decided against it because I really wanted this to be usable all times of the year. Just delete the decorations, not have to delete core furniture items as well. And then this is the table over here that I end up putting a bunch of decorations on. I wanted it to be like the table by food trucks and stalls and stuff at fairs that has all of like the napkins and the ketchup and anything you could possibly need, and some decorations as well. So I had fun decorating this table. We spent forever on it because I wanted it to be pretty detailed. For some reason, I was just really into this idea. So that is what we are going and doing right here. And using my handy dandy red shelf to raise and lower items as well to make everything look like it's in sync with each other. And I believe we're going to add a couple of pumpkins on this table and maybe under it as well. Oh, and of course trash cans. And these lights, I end up putting these lights throughout the whole place. And I really like that here I have these string lights attaching to the lamps. It just looks so cute. I really like this. I actually posted a sneak peek picture of just this table over on my community tab for members. If you guys didn't know, I don't ever advertise it, and it's no pressure whatsoever. Nobody needs to join, but I do appreciate it if you do. I do have a membership option on the channel. It's a small fee, and it just really helps support the channel and me so I can put out more content. And currently there's not many perks, but I'm looking for more ideas. But one of them is to show sneak peeks of upcoming builds. So I was very excited about this one, so I posted it there for members to see. There's also a icon next to members' names and comments, and I'm working on getting some emojis or emotes as well, so that's kind of exciting. But anyway, we're putting lots of rugs down over under this eating area. I just really liked it over here, and all these little lanterns on the tables as well. There's so many orange fall themed ones that came with seasons, and I just thought it was so cute. I really, really enjoyed this build. So I hope you guys like this one as well. And we used a lot of laundry day stuff in the rugs. This is not limited pack whatsoever. I just kind of went crazy with it. I know lately I've been doing a lot of limited pack builds, but I really just wanted to use absolutely everything that I thought would look nice here. And the wallpaper we're using on the closed-in part of the movie theater that's covering the screen, that's a really good explanation. I am great at this, is that wallpaper is from Get Famous, I believe. I also decided to add a half wall around the back of the lot because, I mean, it's pretty steep up there and probably really dangerous. People could just fall off. Obviously, it's a sim, so that's not going to happen. But for realistic purposes, I decided to do that. I also extended the parking places over to the edge now that I did that. And I'm trying to figure out the seating area. And I decided it was best to have it over to the side. And I know this isn't necessarily realistic in drive-in theaters. I've actually never been to one. I was talking to my boyfriend about this. But in the Sims, they're going to want to go and sit someplace closer to the screen. So I thought I would have a section you could sit down and watch the movies here, or you could watch them from the inside of your car with turning to the right radio station, or you could sit outside. I had lots of people, I'm sure you saw me placing them down, and we're going to be placing more. Or I didn't place them yet. Here they are. There's lots of these folding chairs and outdoorsy chairs I put all over the place. I thought this was really fun. It makes me think of how around the 4th of July here, a lot of people go to grocery store parking lots to watch the fireworks, which is kind of weird if you've never done that. But everyone brings these chairs, and there's just huddles of them outside, and everyone's getting together and they're behind their own cars. It's like that kind of environment. So I wanted to include that in this build because I thought it was kind of different. And so there's a crazy amount of chairs in this lot, a lot of chairs. But I thought that was really fun and just something different. This was a build that it's just a little out of the norm for me. I feel I get really stuck into certain types of builds, so doing something fun like this is really refreshing, and it just gets you thinking about stuff. So I used things in ways I normally wouldn't. I never use these tarps, but I thought they were nice to lay down. I have one in the front, I believe, that just has some cushions on it. Just all kinds of ways you can just hang out with your friends or family. I also have regular folding chairs that I put around. And they're in clusters of who I thought would be there. And a lot of them are in the aisle when you first come in, because I imagine you have a better view from there. So people are let's not sit by our car, let's sit in the aisle. And then I added that bathroom stall out in the back as well. So there's a place for your Sims to do that. And into more landscaping. I did cut down a little bit of this, but I kept most of it in. Landscaping on a slanted lot is so frustrating. Terrain tools plus plants don't work very well together, which is kind of unfortunate, but I think we made it work in the end, and so you can kind of see me fiddling with that. I also loved using these rocks that came with, I believe these are in the Show Live Edit Objects sheet, but I believe they came with Get Together. They are so perfect. They're like cliff faces, sort of. They raise up. They're deeper than they look. So when they're on terrain, they kind of go with it. I don't know if that makes sense. You can kind of see how the terrain is lower in certain points and higher in others, but it's still fitting. It's not floating above it. And I think they're just perfect for what I was using them for. So we just wanted it to divide off the driveway up and have lots of greenery around it. It's a little overgrown here, but I really enjoyed that. I thought it was really pretty, and we'll be fixing it up a little bit later as well. I do skip around quite a bit in this build. I do that a lot on bigger builds. I'm just like, let's skip around. And I really enjoy doing this. I put these little lanterns on these rocks going up to kind of light up the way, and I thought this was a really cute idea. You can just change the color, and you can just change the color of those depending on the season, or if you don't want it decorated for a specific season or holiday, just one of the regular colors. Those are from seasons, so they have a lot of swatches on them. I just thought it was a really cute way to decorate it a little bit more. I also put those at the end of the rows of seating in front of the screens. I thought that was pretty cute. And we're adding some lighting under the plants to make them a little bit brighter. And of course, some more decorations all about. It's so much fun with all of the little extra pieces on this. And then I lined this walkway with these lights so you had a clear pathway to get up there. Because the Sims do opt to walk over by the stairs. I'm pretty sure they could go up the incline, but they don't. But I'm glad I added the stairs because I didn't think your Sims would go up them. Generally, I just thought it looked nice. I also added a coffin back here, which technically I guess you could use for a vampire sim if you really wanted to. I just thought it was a cute decoration for this time of year, and I kind of imagine this would be a place that you could go and take photos. Like, it was just set up as a place for you to take photos with your friends and families, sitting on top of a coffin with pumpkins all around you. I thought it was a cute idea and something you might actually see at some sort of event like this. So that's kind of the purpose of that. And then we're just adding more trees and more plants and more pumpkins. They're just everywhere. And I forgot about that pumpkin from Spooky Day Stuff that has the little witch hat on it. So we placed a couple of those around. And then we're fixing the terrain over here so we can add more pumpkins because there's never enough. I just really like them. I've been using them a lot in builds lately. And I don't see that stopping for at least a couple of weeks until October is over. Like I said, not every single build I do this month is going to be spooky themed or fall themed, but a good deal of them are because they're fun and it feels like the right time of year for me to go ahead and do those. So yeah, we're just looking for more cars right now because I wanted to fill up the remaining spaces. It made sense to me to have this sold out, whole lot full of Sims coming to watch these horror movies. I believe there's 2 horror movies you can watch on the screen. I believe one of them is like, oh gosh, one of them is a zombie movie and one of them's like a chainsaw murder movie. I just can't think of what they're called right now. I think Moonlight Massacre 3 is one of them. That's the chainsaw one. And the other one, it might be called Sims of the Dead. Like, yeah, I think it is. I think it's Sims of the Dead. Those are the 2 horror movies the game has. So you can come here if you'd like to see the premiere of either of those. But now we're adding more of these toddler string lights along the build. I think it just looks so cute. It adds a little bit of light. It's really pretty. I didn't want this to be like overly scary. I just wanted it to be kind of that autumn feel. Yes, you're coming here to watch horror movies, but it didn't have to be super scary. But also we don't have a lot of like super terrifying, like I don't have decorations to be like posters for I mean, I guess there is a poster for Moonlight Massacre 3, but like I didn't want it to have that vibe. I wanted it to be like a pretty fall theater and you could come here to watch the horror movies. But we're working on some more landscaping. I believe we add a couple more of these rocks going down on this side to kind of frame it a little bit more and add some more of those lanterns. I just think it came out so cozy, and of course more pumpkins. They're just absolutely everywhere. I thought about putting them on top of the rocks, but they didn't fit right. So we're just adding more of these lanterns, and I keep checking with the lights off to make sure that they're lighting up the way I want them to. So you'll see me switching that around a little bit as well and adding more as needed. But I think that's pretty much it. We only have a little bit left to go, but you have everything you need to watch movies, hang out with your friends, get some food, go to the bathroom, like things to do here. And if you're a vampire, you even have a coffin. So I thought this was a really fun lot, and I hope you guys do like it too. We're just going to be finishing up on landscaping here and adding more of these lanterns throughout, as well as some more decorations, including pumpkins and these tombstones that came with Spooky Day Stuff. I think they're really cute, and I never get to use them, but I thought they fit this slot very, very well. So just adding more of those throughout and some more plants, fixing some terrain, lots of jack-o'-lanterns, just making it as spooky as possible and trying to add as much of that fall and autumn charm as I possibly could to this lot. And of course more lighting because It's kind of dark in places, but I tried to prioritize outdoor lighting in this. But we are coming to the end of the video. I hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and if you click that bell, it'll turn on notifications to be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.